You've heard us say many times before that life is an adventure, that you are here to explore, that you're here to become something more than you've been before, that you're travelling from here to there and you're gathering ideas and you're learning about yourself and you're becoming something more than what you were last week, last month, last year. Your intent should be one that is always wanting to expand, one that's always wanting to be more. You've understood this from many times prior, but you come into this world with nothing and you leave with nothing. What do you actually attain? If that is true, if you do come into this world with nothing and you leave with nothing, is that true or is it not true? Well, it's true from the perspective of physical things. You can never really own anything whilst you're walking along the crust because it's staying here when you go. It was here before you got here and it's staying here when you leave. So therefore, how much of that did you really own? How much of that did you really have for you? So if you come with nothing and you leave with nothing, then what is gained? What is gained from this endeavour? What is gained from your adventure? What is gained from where it is that you're going and what it is that you're doing? Is it not your capacity to live in love? Is it not your capacity to live with grand intent? Is it not in your capacity to have life on your terms? All here one day and gone the next. So, with that in mind, are you not best focusing upon things that really make your life worth living? What are those things that really make your life worth living? The things that you can create for yourself that really makes your life such a wonderful, pleasant experience. What is it that you can do for yourself? What is it that you can do for others? What is it that you can be to experience the greatness of your life? Life is a grand mystery of ideas and concepts because you carry a lot with you in this journey. Things that don't necessarily serve you so well. Things that don't really reinforce your capacity for great wealth, great adventure, great health, great relationships, great anything, because of the personality shortfalls, because of your incapacity to thrive in your life, because of the restrictions or walls that you've built up through your own fears and debilitations of your mind and the way that you think about your life. You're impatient, you can be unkind, you can be angry, you can be hostile, you can be judgmental, you can be hypocritical, you can be downcast, you can be obtrusive, obnoxious, arrogant. As much as you can be those things, you can also be gentle and sincere and loving and kind and purposeful and passionate and adventurous, caring, supportive. These things are much better to have, are they not, compared to the other things? And in your life you have allowed your certain traits to dictate to you. Certain traits that don't necessarily serve you very well at all. But nevertheless, there they are. You're living with them on a daily basis. Characteristics that are debilitative to your progress, debilitative to your forward expansion, debilitative to your wealth and your health and your relationships. People who have not necessarily dealt with the shortfalls in their relationships, shortfalls in their characteristics. Their relationship with themselves has failed because they haven't addressed those things that should have been addressed. And you do reason these things out, but where do you reason them from? What goggles are you wearing when you're reasoning with? What goggles do you don when it comes to making decisions about certain aspects of your life? How many restrictions and how many borders and boundaries and obstacles have you put up in your character that enables you only to see the world through certain glasses? And how restrictive is that for you? How much benefit does fear do for you? How much benefit is impatience? How much benefit is in judgment? How much benefit is in anger and hostility? How much benefit is in drugs and crime and indulgences of every variety? How much benefit is in them? How much benefit is gained for you in those situations? Aren't they worth considering? They're well worth considering, because they're the things that dictate your next move. They're the things that dictate your next week. They're the things that dictate your next fortnight, your month, your year, your 10 years, your 20 years, the rest of your life is determined by the character of who and what you are. You want to be bold, you want to be brave, you want to be kind, you want to be superhuman. You don't wish to be overcome by your frailties. You wish to overcome your frailties with your superpowerness. And so you should, because it's well within your reason and your reach to do so. You all have them. You could sit down and list all your frailties. You could sit there and list them all. And we could guarantee that most of them you have no idea about how wide and reaching those characteristics are debilitating your lives. But they're there nevertheless. So the wise person investigates who and what they are. The wise person seeks out those frailties and irons them out. The wise person is not allowing fear to dominate their lives. The wise person learns the power of patience. The wise person learns the power of control, self-control. Self-control to do what's right even in the face of adversities or even the face of doubts. In the face of doubt, what shall you do? When you're being hard pressed on every side, what shall you do? And that's what it's like in your life. When you are able to rise above your shortfalls and your inadequacies, you are able to don on the glasses of vision. You're able to see things differently, because that's what it's like to see things differently. First you must understand them differently, and then you can see things differently. If you think of things different than what they are, then you will see them differently, even though they haven't changed. But they have changed in your mind. And because they have changed in your mind, you're able to see more clearly, and you're able to see with more colour. You're seeing life through high definition. Isn't that a lovely analogy? That you're taking it all in high definition. That you're not walking down the road missing the jewellery that's millions of dollars worth of diamonds lying on the sidewalk that you've missed because you've just been so overwhelmed by your inadequacies, by your shortfalls, by what's happened that day, by you allowing yourself to be downtrodden, by you allowing yourself to be annoyed and angered and hostile, by you allowing yourself to be fearful and impatient. You're missing the diamonds. How many things have you missed because of your shortfalls? How many opportunities do you miss? There's a whole different meaning to grand perspective, doesn't it? Because when you're living in your grand high-flying perspectives, you're able to see the world through high definition. And when you see the world through high definition, the enjoyment of every aspect of it is just far greater. You're just in awe of it all. That's how you can have your life, if you so choose it to be.